In this module, we're going to look at options for storing data persistently. So non-persistent data means that when an app quits, the data disappears. Now, oftentimes, you don't even notice this on your phone because when your phone switches between apps, it does a good job of not quitting your app, but putting it in the background and then bringing it back. But if you wait long enough between times when you run your app or if you explicitly quit your app, you'll find out that a lot of the information you had disappears. Persistent data means that the app does something to save that information so that even when it quits, when you come back to it, that data is still there. Thunkable gives us a couple of different options. Two that we're going to talk about in this module are stored variables and Google Sheets. A stored variable is just like a non-persistent app variable, except it stays. So what we haven't discussed and what you may have noticed when creating variables in previous modules is this little app distinction here. We've never talked about this drop-down menu. If you look at it, there's an option for stored. And when you choose stored, that means the app is going to stay between executions. This is useful if you've got a small amount of information, so a specific variable that you want to keep. If you have a lot of information, then looking at something like Google Sheets makes more sense. So if you have multiple pieces of data that you want to store, then creating a separate stored variable may not make a lot of sense, but putting all of it on Google Sheets does. The other advantage of that is even when your app isn't running, you can still look at the data using Google Sheets.